Hey, what's going on, CoinOpTV subscribers? Robert welcoming you here. In this video, I want to talk about The Morning Show, Episode 5 on Apple TV Plus. This review will contain some spoilers. I got some of my show notes, my bullet points here that I want to address. If you're new to my channel, please think about subscribing and leaving a comment. I've been reviewing all these Apple TV Plus shows and also some of the Disney Plus shows on my YouTube channel, CoinOpTV, so thanks a bunch for tuning in. So let's get started talking about The Morning Show, Episode 5. Just kind of jump into some of the main plot points here. So in Episode 4, Mitch was absent from the entire episode, and I thought that was kind of strange, but in this episode, he's in a good chunk, maybe half or so of the episode, and so it's we get the big scene in the beginning there where Mitch breaks into the studio, busts on in, apparently bypassing security, tries to go into like a meeting room where there's a bunch of the producers and the staff there for the morning show, and plead with them to, hey, stick up for me and get behind me, and who's with me, and you guys know me. You trust me, you love me, get behind me. It kind of reminded me of the scene from Jerry Maguire where Tom Cruise's character is fired and he's kind of pleading to the rest of the employees there, hey, come on, let's team up, let's join forces, get with me. That scene reminded me of that scene. The scene with Mitch reminded me of the scene from Jerry Maguire there. It was got a little silly, and everybody's silent, nobody really stands up and sticks up for him. I mean, clearly this would never happen in the real world. Security would never let somebody who was fired for Me Too sexual advances in the workplace just to walk right in, like unescorted into the studio and the inner sanction of things. So that was, again, another silly element of things here. So going into the episode a little further, I guess kind of like the crux of the episode is this big newspaper article that's about to be printed talking about Mitch and how the workplace of the morning show has an atmosphere of sexual misconduct. Of course, these are all important and topical things and current events, and of course they all need to be addressed and everything like that. But man, the way the show does all this addressing and talking about stuff, it just feels so really on the nose and not very clever and dramatically, I don't know, it just doesn't have like a dramatic feel to it or something. I don't really know how to phrase that, but but I'm going with it. I'm watching the morning show. I'm hoping, I'm gonna dig some stuff in there. There is some stuff a little later in the episode that actually turns out to be really cool and interesting, and almost makes me think that these morning show episodes, instead of being like 50 minutes, should be more like 30 minutes and just get to the meat, get to the interesting stuff, cut out some of the fillers. So further into the episode, we get to see a big giant benefit gala that Alex is hosting, and all of her friends and coworkers are there, and some other celebrities. Mindy Kaling is there, a cameo by her. I don't know if she's quite playing herself. Cheyenne Jackson is there singing along. Everybody's having fun. Unfortunately, there's a lot of backstabbing conversations going on, some one-on-one backstabbing conversations with the different people in attendance there, trying to show us the nuances of what's happening. While that's going on, we get, so that's the high end partying. We get the low end, the lesser important people, I guess, maybe from the morning show, are hanging out with Bradley in a bar to celebrate one of the gals' birthdays, and hanging out and drinking and doing their own partying and getting drunk and saying things that they shouldn't say. And it's a little silly. It's a little weird that they're all just like out in like the middle of the bar, and it's like not very crowded. People aren't really around them, asking them for, Bradley is now kind of the face of the morning show, and it seems like the bartender and a couple of the waiter kind of recognize her, but more people should kind of be coming up and trying to meet her, or talk to her, get a selfie with her. So at the benefit gala, Alex and Corey sing a duet, the song Not While I'm Around from Sweeney Todd, which was cringy and awkward, and I guess was sort of meant to be cringy and awkward. I'm not really quite sure what's going on. I mean, it seems like some of these scenes were very long and drawn out and dragged out, and I was just like, okay, let's get to the meat. Let's get to the meat and potatoes. Give me something I can sink my teeth into here. Back at the bar, Bradley she's getting drunk and chatty, and they're talking about Mitch brings the conversation of Mitch, and some different people there talking about their impressions of Mitch, and the girls being the girls are starting to get a little nervous about being too open around Bradley because they're not quite sure if she's going to report on any of this or if she's actually there as a friend. So there's a little of that dynamic. Spoilers, then Bradley actually gets busy, drunk and busy with the bartender and just, hooks up with him right there in the back room. And then she winds up going back to the hotel, and the episode sort of ends with Bradley in the arms of Corey in the elevator there. It sort of implies like, maybe there's going to be something going on with that, which is something that they've kind of already set up a little bit already. So we'll see if there's a relationship with Corey and Bradley. So my thoughts on this episode, I mean, this show would have benefited a whole lot if they had some stylized editing and cutbacks or flashbacks to stuff with Alex and Mitch actually on the show, doing well, getting along and stuff. It's really weird that that just this doesn't exist at all. Like, we have no state of mind and no presence of how things were great and now they've fallen from grace. So that's missing. There is actually a nice scene in the car with Mitch and Alex, and they're talking about sort of missing each other, and they actually smooch and hug. And then of course, before things can kind of get going, the big article drops, and it kind of fuels the fire, fans the flame of the Mitch accusations and the morning show sexual misconducts allegations in the workplace there. So, but yeah, it's hard for me to sort of sympathize with these characters because I don't really know where we came from. I mean, somebody in the producing room before the show was made should have said, let's have some flashbacks. Let's show, Mitch and Alex, having a fun time, talking on the show, talking behind the scenes, getting along, and then edit that juxtaposition with now where Mitch has fallen for grace and he's got these accusations happening and stuff like that, and that would have really compounded or made an impact, I think. But right now it just feels like we're just finding out the middle chapter of the book or something, and we're not really getting the beginning, and I don't know if we're actually going to get the end. It'll probably end on a cliffhanger of the season 1. So anyway, there's just some of my thoughts on the morning show episode 5. If you guys are watching this, let me know what your thoughts are in comments below. If you're brand new, please subscribe for CoinOpTV. We'll see you next time.